Hi guys, this time I'll do something I don't often do, namely a tank review. I will be reviewing the BatChat 25, the French tier 10 medium. I'll do so because it's very hard to play. So hopefully, after this review, you will have a better notion of how to play this tank. Now, the gun, first of all, is a very good gun, good reload time. It's got 5 shots in the clip, 390 damage average. Accuracy is decent, aiming time is not too good. I do recommend getting a gun laying device on here and a vertical stabilizer, as you can see. In terms of armor, no, you don't have any. In terms of speed, you have lots. And this is why this tank is hard to play, because it's incredibly quick and it runs out of ammunition and has a 40-second reload really quickly. And that's why people tend to mess up in this tank. So it took me a good 10 battles or so to find 3 battles I could really use. You see here the view range actually is really good, and that is why this tank can be used in a number of roles. But it is not usable in the same roles as a T-54 on Object 140. So the first role that we can use it for is medium range, spotter and support. Now this of course is Redshire or Hobbitville or Hobbitland or the Shire or whatever you want to call it. Now the BatChat is really good here because it can very quickly get up to these trees up here from where you can spot. Now I'm still reloading the clip, so I'll just spot a bit until actually fully reloaded. Now I can see the Panther is spotted over there. I'm reloaded. Okay, aim in and whack. Now I reckon at this point I'm probably spotted, so I roll backwards. I roll far backwards because a clever piece of artillery would have aimed in on that spot in the expectation that someone would be spotting from there, and that would be entirely correct. So we go back up to the spotting station to see if there is anything that we can find and potentially put a couple of shells into. And there you see the aiming time. It's one of the weaknesses. It's better than the armor because you don't have any armor, but the armor is well, anyway, so the aiming time is something to be aware of. The loading time for the shell is slightly longer than the MX-50B and the T-57, but then again those are heavies. Someone bounced on an Panther. I really need to work on my German. Poor guy. Anyway, this is a great position because you are mostly hidden. Unfortunately, I'm reloading at this point. But you're mostly hidden, and you can shoot both the east flank and into the cap and across on that ridge where the TDs always sat. I don't know what they do up there, plant flowers or something like that. Now, the reason why BatChat players get themselves in trouble is because of the speed of the tank. I mentioned this briefly, right? But what happens is you get far ahead of your team, you find yourself out of support, you burn your 5 shots, and then all of a sudden you die. You explode in a flaming heap of poo. What I'm doing here is trying to rein that in and play it a bit more, should we say, cautiously. So it's more like a repeatedly stinging wasp. Think of it like that. Have you ever seen those red and black Japanese killer hornets? Yeah, think of it like that. So he just shot. I'm going in. It is a mini mouse, so it's probably going to be tough. Okay, let's track him. Put a couple of shots into him. Okay, well, it's probably the end of that. The mini mouse got in a buff, and it was about time because it was always useless. But here we go for the reload. Back out. Go for the reload. I'm safe in here. You know, no problems. Oh, and a wild T-62A appears out of nowhere, and I'm reloading. This is not good. Let's hope that AMX can whack him. I'll try to roll around him just to threaten him a bit, maybe make him turn the gun or something, but you know. Anyway, I'm still alive. I've done 1,000 damage, so not impressive at this point. I realized that the mini mouse is probably not going to be vulnerable from this side, so let's try and nip around to the other side. The team is doing well, ahead by 3 tanks, and I reckon now is the time where I need to start playing a bit more aggressively. I've been holding the firepower back a bit so as to make sure that if the enemy was to push in one place or another, I'd be free to go and support as needed. But now, with 3 shells in the clip, oh, that E75 wants some more. Let's give it to him, baby, one more time. And he turns, and oh well. So that took us up to 2,200. You shouldn't worry too much when playing the BatChat if you're not doing a lot of damage straight off the bat, because with your 5 shots in the clip, you know, it's easy to rack up a lot of damage in a short amount of time. Okay, so the cap is now turning into a little bit of a threat here. I'm reloading, and then I'm probably just gonna go and kill someone as soon as I'm reloaded. Let's see what happens here. A couple of targets up there I would really like. The Arctic 268, for example, I'd really like to ruin his day. And I think that is an opportunity. That is indeed an opportunity. So the cap can wait a little bit. I've got 1 shell left, so I can reset that. As soon as I've done that, I need to pull out and reload. Boom. There you go. That's the reset. Pull out. Someone else will need to deal with the rest of the cap points. And now, from being 4 tanks up, all of a sudden, well, we're down 1, but now it's even. Though I'm almost full health, reloaded. I'm in a really good position in the center of the map, so I can react to anything. And this is where the BatChat starts to really shine. It's the end game, because you've got enough shells to take out anyone at this point. Now, unfortunately, they all just decide to die. But other than that, you know, at this point, a BatChat can race around the map and just kill off everything that's survived, because it's typically at half health or less. So that's the medium spotter support role. See, the accuracy is an issue, but I managed to get it. Just nope, no one was going to steal that one. So I have that. I don't even have to reload, because I mean, how much hit points can that object have? Not much, by the looks of things. So all of a sudden, from a slow start where we did 1,000 damage, now we're up to 4,400 damage. And I asked the object to politely come out and die, but yeah, he insists on being troublesome. So as I said, don't worry too much about racking up damage early on. That is the downfall of the BatChat. People race up to the enemy, get into that critical spotting position, and start laying into them with no support. And you know, the second you reveal, you've got 5 guns shooting at you. A BatChat actually does the best on the long. Well, it goes for most tanks, but a BatChat in particular does best on the long game. The more reloads you can pump out, the better. So that's that. That was the medium range spotter and support. Here we go with a spotting and flanking approach. So I realized pretty quickly on here on Ruinberg on fire, which looks really nice. They should add some artillery shells exploding and some planes overhead and some ambient noises and stuff to make it really cool, but this is good enough. They've really done a good job on it. But I realized pretty early on that the east flank, where I'm at, the village side, is relatively unsupported, and I could run into a heap of trouble. Now I'll start by taking out that scout, just because he decided on I don't know what. But I could run into a heap of trouble up here, so I'd stay on our side of the road. I don't cross over as I would normally do, and well, what I would normally do actually is go to the center line, sit down in that central square in E6, and from there you can shoot east into the village and west into the central circular square. But here, with the lack of medium support up on the extreme east, I decided to play it a bit more cagey. We've got 2 heavies coming down the center now, and we've got 3 tank destroyers just sat in the back doing nothing. We'll get back to those later. But now I'm trying to play it cagey. I just want to get those spots. I want to just move out, see if I get spotted, and move back quickly. You see here I go. Just peek out and peek back in, because if I got spotted, within 3 seconds the light bulb would go off and I'd see it. There's nothing here. Okay, then we move forward another trench. There's nothing in here. And now I'm going to ask our friends in the back to stop being a bunch of idiots and get a move on, because there are no targets to shoot at down there. I don't know, when you're in these battles where you've got the most tank destroyers, that's either really good if they attack, or really bad because they'll sit in the back and camp. In this case they were sitting in the back and camping until I told them that it was desirable for them to advance a bit. So kudos to you guys for paying attention and listening. But I'm kind of baffled at this point. There's nothing here. Now I could run due west here on the front slope. Don't ever do that. That's stupid. You're going to get shot. What you do is you move back and then you run on the back slope where you're in cover, you won't get spotted, and more importantly you won't get shot at. Okay, and here we go. Quickly up to the next spotting position. There's still nothing here. Looking through the windows, nothing, and I'm baffled, right? They've got so many tank destroyers. Where are they? And they're nowhere to be found. No, there's one. Okay, let's start digging into him. He's shot. Let's pop a couple more. See, that's the aim. Okay, there's an issue, something shooting at us, and that's probably enough. If I'd stayed out longer, I might have gotten shot by the SU thingy up there. And now let's pop one into him. Well aimed. I have plenty of time. And when you have time to aim, just take that time and make sure that you actually hit. And now we start waiting for 40 or 35 seconds or whatever it is. It feels like an eternity. And if you get hit at this point, it's really bad, and that's why you want to make sure that you time your reloads such that you are in cover or moving back to cover when you are starting your reload, because you don't want to get caught out in the open while you're reloading by something fast and nasty like an Object 140 or something. He will have you for breakfast. Here we go. Pop a couple shells into him if we can. Okay, he moves forward. It's not a big problem. And now is the time to move from fairly cautious mode, or very cautious mode, to aggressive mode. Just one shot. Okay, so I said you didn't have armor. You did notice that guy just dinging off my frontal armor. That was the worst shot in the history of shots. But anyway, bit of luck. I'll take luck any day. You know what I always say, luck beats skill any day. So that was a bit of luck. Because that thing carries a bit of a punch, right? 500 damage or so. 490 average, I think. Anyway, I'm still being a bit cagey because I am, in fact, fairly lonesome over here. We are ahead by 2 tanks, which is nice, but if I get obliterated, that's a tier 10 tank and a massive potential damage output. So you see I waited around the corner until he shot. The second I shot, I went around, and there we go. Shooting on the move accuracy for this tank, not good. But once you're in, within the 20 meters or so, as I was here, it's fine. Okay, I can go left, I can go right. The right looks to be a bit more pressured. So, and there you see, you hit your top speed very, very quickly. Yes, of course we hit the gun. And the tracking. Penetrating the E75 from the front. I mean, this thing has got 259 penetration, which is good. But yeah, an E75 is tough, especially when your accuracy is a bit off. So there we go, what we do, 4,000 damage or so, which is good. So the last role I'm going to show you the BatChat in is the hit and run damage dealer. So basically you find something, you empty your clip and you run back out again, without that find something being in the open some stupid place where everyone's going to kill you. You see, the other BatChat went on my inside, and he's going the low road. I'm taking the high road. I reckon the low road is a very, very risky approach here to get up to B2, B3. But actually I'm thankful that someone is doing it, it's just not me. I need to be dealing damage, and you can't deal damage if you're dead. And this is the disease that BatChat's drivers very often have, because it's such a hard tank to play well. And I don't profess to be a fantastic player of the BatChat. I'm reasonable, I suppose. I would have to play it a lot more to become really good with it. Yeah, who put that rock there? Anyway, it didn't matter, because what I wanted to do was just chill here until someone commits to attacking my two friends there. I'll just sit here and wait until someone commits. There's no point in shooting them once and then having them just, you know, run away. Oh, missed one shot, but then I see the BatChat is there, and he is by far the most dangerous tank of the ones they have here. So I need to pump shots into him as much as I can. Okay, reloading. I'm still going to stay up here to try and threaten them. They don't have artillery, so this rock is safer. And it looks like they're committing to chasing me. Okay, this is the point where you have done your hit and you need to run. You need to get out of there. And it's up to top speed very, very quickly. And around the building we go. And now the reload is down to 15 seconds, which probably means, insofar there's nothing over on the ridge on the other side killing me, which is a very real risk. But that means that now we're down to 3 seconds reload. They've got a couple coming out. I'm just going to peek around to see, you know, I don't want to run straight out into a shitstorm and get myself killed. There's the Object 140 has committed to killing our Centurion. Donked the shot. 140 is clever. He's trying to hide behind the Centurion. Not clever enough. Bit of a couple of low rolls there, but anyway. There we go. And we've been hitting, and now run back into cover and reload. I'm a bit worried about that BatChat up there, because I guarantee that he's reloaded, and if he comes round to me, he will kill me before I can actually reload myself. That's why I'm just being cagey here. Alright, he's exploded. There's a Tiger 2 up there. You see what's happening down where I mark on the map now. This is not good. These 4 guys of ours, well, some of them got overrun without really killing anything, and we've got 4 guys down in a hole being surrounded. I have a choice here. I can run back, try and help them. They will probably be dead by the time I get there, or I can finish this guy off and we all run back at the same time. So I choose to go for the Tiger 2. And I've done what, 2,500 damage? I donk a shot, as I always do on the move, for some spectacularly bad reason. Okay, he goes over the edge. I did not expect that. I'm a bit slow to react there. There's another thing about the BatChat. The traverse time, the turning time is pretty bad. Pretty bad, even at high speeds. Okay, now we've hit, reloading. What to do now? Okay, the south is in deep trouble here. And then the decision is made for me. They're capping, so I need to use my speed to get back as quickly as possible. I hit top speed, and off we go. And I'll be reloaded before I get back. And that's really, it's a great feeling if you can reload while moving, because then it doesn't feel like you're wasting time. Oh, look at this thing go. It's blisteringly fast. It's like a Pagani Sonda with a big autoloading gun, or a Bugatti Veyron or something like that. Apart from the looks, this is prettier than a Bugatti. There he is. Okay, click, and poof, he's done. Okay, I'm going for the reload there. There's no immediate threat to the cap. I don't know where the rest of the enemies are. There's one there, but I reckon I've got time to reload. Let's see if we can lift off. Yeah, just a small lift off. It's so fast. And into cover. I didn't actually realize at the time that the edge of the map was there. I thought I could get around those buildings, but obviously I couldn't. So let's see. It's just a T-28 prototype. I'm sure I can do something about that, especially now that he's been hurt badly. And dock the first shot, as I always do in the move. Boom. 3 shots left. There's a Leopard PTA up there somewhere. A bit slow on the trigger there. Anyway, I'll go for the reload. Done quite a bit of damage by now. And then, you know, we actually have more 10s and 9s than they do. We should have won this. Unfortunately, our tank destroyer, for whatever reason, decided to go off by itself. And then I decide to spend time commenting on that rather than, you know, attacking or something. And that proves to be my undoing. I simply do not have the health to be messing about like this. So there we go, that's it for the BatChat. I hope you've had some use of it and maybe become a better BatChat player. Until next time, stay frosty.